Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Let's do an updated curriculum. I posted, I think last week or so, from the curriculum video that I did before we started school. So you know how it goes. Like once you get into like a rhythm of homeschool, you kind of see what's going to work and what's not. So this is the stuff that has actually what we are doing this year. We do not like a lot of extra busy work. We like just get to the point and learn what we need to learn and get done. We would rather, play a game or something like that than spend an extra hour or whatever on schoolwork. So that's not necessary. I mean, we do the necessary stuff and even more than what is required, but like I said before, we just don't like a lot of fluff. So this is in no particular order. It is, honestly, I just kind of pulled it out and put it on the couch and tried to set it up just a little bit. It's really not in any particular order. So first I want to tell you that I know I had got, what did I get? The Good and the Beautiful to do part of our English. I want to say this is the second time we tried it. It is the second time we tried it. With all the hype about it, I mean, people that I, watch on YouTube religiously, they all love it. So I wanted to try it again. My original plan was to use this for spelling because the way they teach spelling is just wonderful. So I was going to use this for spelling, and I was going to use the Good and the Beautiful for everything else. Well, it had gotten to the point to where I was like skipping a lot of stuff in the Good and the Beautiful because we didn't need it. Like they had geography in there. We didn't need the extra geography. We already have our geography curriculum. They had art in there. Honestly, I'm not teaching art this year. Maybe I should. I don't know. But I didn't want the extra stuff. So we were skipping a lot. And we were spending more time, I feel, or at least the same amount of time, because I thought we were going to save time. But we were at least spending the same amount of time doing this one and the Good and the Beautiful, because we would do it on the same day. Then we would just be doing this one, and we would take out, the extra and the extra books. And so I decided to just try this as a whole. So, and this is what we've stuck with. We have thrown the Good and the Beautiful Language Arts out for this year. I don't know if we will try it again. But that's, and different things work for different people, and that's okay. And that's how we are made, right? So we got Logic of English. Essentials. We did foundations we did it for kindergarten and first grade, and so second grade we're starting essentials. We actually just started the second book today, the 8 through 15 lesson. This curriculum has 4 different books. It has, and I think it goes up to lesson 32 or 34 or 36, something like that. Maybe even 38. I don't know, 30 something. And we do a lesson a week. It is broken down in 5 parts. We'll do another video about this because I know when I was looking for information on Logic of English, I could not find much at all, and I know it would be helpful. So I'm going to do a review or look through, or however you want to put it, on this by itself. It'll probably come out next week. So subscribe. You like that? So don't miss that video if you're interested in it. So So Logic of English comes with the spelling journal. Okay, so this is the teacher's guide, like it says up the top. Tells you every single thing. There's no back work at all. We pick up the book. If I like quickly read through like whatever comes next, if I don't want to do it, I skip it and we move on. So there's no like back into it. So I like it like that. It comes with phonogram cards and all that. But like I said, we'll do that another time. Okay, so it comes with a spelling journal. Yeah, this is all right. I don't like it how it's set up. Maybe I'm just not used to it. I don't know, but it kind of gives us a hard time sometimes. And then each teacher's manual comes with its own student workbook. Like I said, they're split in 4, so you get 4 teachers workbooks and 4 teachers teachers guides and 4 student workbooks. And the teacher's guides are colorful. These are just black and white. I wish they would have been pretty too, but they're not. The foundations one was they were all colorful and pretty. So this is what we're doing for English. So it covers reading, spelling, grammar, and vocabulary. The only other thing that we sometimes add to it is, let me see if I can find it real quick. Oops. This. And we've actually only done it once so far. Okay, baby. We've actually only done this once so far this year. I want to do it more. We'll see. So 500 writing prompts for kids. And so it just has like lots of different ideas that your kids can write about. And it's for grades, 1st grade through 5th grade. So, I mean, it'll last us all elementary. 500 writing prompts is a lot. I'm hoping to do this, start doing it like once a week. Like I said, we've only done it once. This is one of the few things that is still in my pile that I'm not actually like super consistent with, I guess. But it's going to happen. Okay, so for this, I got this little notebook to go with it. Now, that being said, let me show you what it looks like. Okay, so it has your lines down here for them to tell their story on, and then it has a spot up here for them to draw.
A picture.
Malia does not, she likes to write the story. She's good at writing her story. She don't really care about the drawing part. So,
I'm not very good at drawing trees and stuff.
Okay, so I don't know if I will continue to try to get her to draw a picture. I think it would be really nice to have this book full of her little stories and little pictures. But that art is not the point of this. It's her practicing her writing. So, her writing skills and not just her penmanship, even though that's a plus. So, I'm not sure if I'm going to do that or not. So, like the one that she did, I mean, her story's wonderful. Her handwriting's wonderful. And her picture, she just stopped. And I knew it was going to take her a while to do it, so I guess it's a little bit my fault because I knew it was going to take her a long time to do it, and I was like, well, how about you do that at the end of school so we don't have to, so I don't have to sit here and wait on you, basically. And then she never did do it, so I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so that is English, and along the same line, okay, we have her books. We follow Charlotte Mason's recommendations, and I think part of the Good and the Beautiful recommendations. I'm not sure, but I know for sure the Charlotte Mason. And I just honestly I went through and bought just a bunch off of the Charlotte Mason list used off of Facebook. One lady actually had like several of the ones that I was looking for, and so I just went ahead and bought like a big group from her. So she has read Charlotte's Web, Pollyanna, Stuart Little, and now she's on Little House on the Prairie series. This is the second one, and she'll probably, hey Coco, she'll probably read, I don't know, maybe even 20 books throughout this school year. I'm not positive. I don't push her, but I do like her to read a chapter a day. Now, she has told me that these chapters are longer. I haven't actually looked at them to see how long. I know she can read it because she reads other books just as, or the same level as this, or even harder, like Nancy Drew. So, but yeah, I like for her to read a chapter a day in the classic literature. Alright, so, that was Coco, by the way. Alright, so moving on, Bible. We are using Charlotte Mason's Genesis through Deuteronomy and Ancient Egypt for this year. It says a year of history, geography, and Bible. This is why we don't need extra geography, because we also use this. So I like that Bible and history is all combined, and they talk about what is going on, like in the time of Moses. They talk about what's going on in Egypt, and I just like how it's all intertwined. So with this, you need, okay, let me show you the inside of it first. Lesson 38. Jacob's sons and flocks. Okay, so with this you would need your Bible, and if you wanted to use the child story Bible, you could do that. And then the character trait posters or papers. I have not found any information on how to do this, so we are not doing the character trait posters. And I want to, I haven't found any information about it, so I don't know. So in this down here, it'll tell you what chapter and verses to read out of the Bible. And then I think it's like 3 days a week you do Bible, and then 2 days a week you do history. And so you take your visits to Africa, and it's also geography, and you go, it has you label the maps. And then some of them want you to read a book along with it. And right now we are reading Ancient Egypt and Her Neighbors, I think is what we're reading now. And we're only on the second chapter. And they're really long chapters. But yeah, so we're enjoying this a lot. You read either straight from the Bible, or you read a book that goes along with the history of, ancient Egypt. And so we've enjoyed doing that. Okay, so this is the Bible that she uses. I got this off of christianbooks.com for, I think it was on clearance for like $7 or something like that. It was super cheap. And I had her name inscribed on it for like an extra $5 or $6. This is a HCSB version, Holmes Christian Standard Bible, I think. It's not a child's Bible in particular, like as far as the reading, like New International Readers version or whatever, but it is it is on her level, and it's on a real nice, it's written very well so she can understand it, so she knows what she's reading, but it's not a child's Bible, if that makes sense. It's actually, like, they have the HCSB Bibles, like, in adult Bible, so it's an actual, like, real version of the Bible, if that makes sense. So, I don't know. I just, like, butchered that all up, but anyway. So, yeah, so she likes reading, or she likes using this, and it has, like, big picture questions, and, seeing the big picture, and it'll have, like, a little paragraph about what's being said, and then it'll ask a question. Who is God? Or why did he die on the cross? Or, different things like that. So just to kind of get them thinking about what they've read. Okay, so that is Bible history and geography. All right, so this is also geography. It's not much at all, and I like it. Oh goodness, I'm like tearing my page. That's not good. I like it not being a bunch of extra because that's already pretty intensive. So these are more like oh my goodness. These are more like just little stories or little poems. Then at the end, or after so many lessons, you have a page of questions that you can go over from the lessons that you have read. But they're super, super simple lessons. And it's just given her a really good idea of like geography as a big picture. So we're really enjoying this. We'll actually probably, because we only do one, I think we actually do 2 lessons in this a week. So we'll go through this twice probably, and we might even do this next year too. It just sets up a good, foundation. And just giving her a big picture, like I said. So along with this, and this is another Charlotte Mason book. This is recommended by Charlotte Mason. I think that's wrong. This is recommended by a lady I follow on your YouTube called, her YouTube is JDA, and I've followed her since Malie was like 18 months old. She is a wonderful, wonderful mom and homeschool mom, and I want to say she has a bachelor's in teaching or something, but she's just great. But so for a long time I followed a lot of her recommendations, and some of these, this was her recommendation, and so was this. The writing was her recommendation, so I still kind of pick and choose, honestly, of what she picks for her kids for the year. But anyway, so this is a living book of science, and it's just a story. This uncle is telling, I think he's an uncle. He is telling these kids just stories about life. I think last week we read a story about trees. And he was telling them, each ring in the tree trunk is a year. And he's told them about ants, and he's told them all about lifespans. And so this is really good. I was going to just stick with this book until I started adding some more science in there. But this is good. And the lessons, and we do this about twice a week too. The chapters, or what I would call a lesson, is not too long, but they're really interesting. It's good. It is written, how would you say it? It's not written the way I would speak to you. So sometimes it is a little hard to, like, the next word that comes up, you're not expecting it, and so it's a little bit harder to read, and at the very beginning it was a little bit harder to kind of follow along with what he was saying, because it is just, it's just a little different. I don't know why. I don't know if it was written, oh, that's why. Okay, so this could have been written like in 1917 or something. Let me see here. Yeah, see, this was originally published in 1917 along with several other books. Like it. Okay, well, this is the storybook of science. Our Humble Helpers, 1918. So that's the reason why it's written, I guess it's almost like Old English. Something like that. I don't know. Anyway, that's why it's a little bit hard to follow along. But we are enjoying this. I do recommend it. I recommend all of this stuff, obviously, or we wouldn't be using it, right? Okay, so the next thing is science. Again, we are not using the Good and the Beautiful science. It was too much for us. I ended up selling, I think I had like 4 or 5 of them, of the units. I ended up selling them. The lessons were just really long. a lot of reading. I know they do have, like experience and stuff. We never actually even got to any of them. It was just too much. Like I said before, this was going to be my only science before school even started, and so adding in like a whole nother 45, and I think that's what they recommend on that. It's like 45 minutes a lesson. On the Good and the Beautiful Science, I just didn't want to. It's too much. So, another lady that I followed on a farmhouse full. I'm sure you know both of these people, but a farmhouse full said that they actually switched back to this from the Good and the Beautiful too, which is, and again, everybody uses different things. And things work for different people, and that is great. That's the reason why there's so much stuff to choose from. I'm not saying anything bad about it. I'm just saying it didn't work for us right now. We might use it later. I don't know. Okay, so she said that she went back to this, and this is what she was using before. This is God's Design for Life, and they have several different units to choose from. So I have the human body now. That's what we're working on now. I think I have about plant life and the water cycle. And I want to say maybe one more, but I know for sure I got those 3 right now. I'm not going to buy any more until we're finished with these. These, from what I can tell, are, it is. I think you can use it K through 12. Okay, so for the beginning levels, and let me go to the front. Okay, so we are right here at, let me try to get this to focus on you. We are right here at 1st and 2nd grade. They only want us to do the parts in blue, okay? So, here, I'll show you the rest of it. 3rd through 5th grade, you do the blue and the brown box. And then 6th through 8th grade, okay, so it goes through 8th grade. 6th through 8th grade, you do the whole thing. So you'll do the blue, the brown, and the green box. Okay, so for us, we've just been reading the beginners paragraph, I guess, and questions, and this goes along with it. And so that one didn't have a green box. Let me find one that has a green box for you. Okay, so the beginners paragraph. Oh, a blue box is what I meant. Okay, so with this blue box, it says body cells. I believe you have to get the teacher's disc, and they will have all of the worksheets and stuff on them. I'm not going to print any worksheets out. We're probably, at least at the end of this, we will probably just do like a big project. I don't know. I haven't figured that out. Like, I want to do some kind of project with it. But we're not using the little CD-ROM thing. So, but yeah, so we read these, and sometimes like, just even though they're a little bit above her, sometimes we'll go ahead and go over those two. But I like this because it has like the words to know, and I think it was last week I had her, write like 3 of the definitions down. It has the glossary in the back just for extra penmanship, to be honest. So along with this, we have the Usborne Complete Book of the Human Body. And so when we learn something new in that, then we come to this book because it has beautiful pictures, and we read about the systems. We'll read about the bones. We have not read about the cells because we haven't learned about the cells yet. We didn't learn about genes. Today we talked about bones, and we talked about bones last week, so we read this last week. And she's been enjoying, seeing all the pictures, and it just has that's an actual real x-ray of okay, sorry, I just ran out of just ran out of storage on my phone. So, all right. So, but yes, we've been enjoying this. All of the beautiful pictures and different things to go along with the human body. I will probably do the same with the other units that I have too. Is just get a really good book to go along with it. We have not been using the library like I want to. We are in another small town. I don't think we're going to get away from these small towns. With a teeny tiny library that we haven't even been to. I've thought about just going in just to kind of spend just an hour or so. I don't know. I don't even know if that'll happen because it is so small. But whenever we do get to an area with a nice size library, then we will start using the library again and get books to go along with our science and history and all of that jazz. Okay, this video is getting really long. All right, yes, stay on my face. Thank you. Okay, all right, so we'll do writing and then we'll get to like our electives, I guess. If you don't consider those electives, I don't know. All right. Okay. She is learning the books of the Bible. This isn't writing, but it's in this book, so I'm just going to tell you. She's learning the books of the Bible. She's pretty much memorized the New Testament with very little help. So we're doing that. I wanted to start doing little poems. This is the only poem that I've gotten to this year as far as memorization. Yeah, I'm not very good at this kind of stuff. So, all right. We are also probably about once a week going over our skip counting songs, and we're up to, I want to say, skip counting 4s right now. This is going to help her a lot when she starts into multiplication, which is probably very soon. So all of that being said, this is what she has been doing for, let's see if we can get this to focus on there, for her learn how to write in cursive. What curriculum is this? I'm not sure. This is a reason for handwriting. Oh, gotta focus myself again. Alright, so this is a reason for handwriting, and I like it. The only thing that I wish that they would do is have more practice, okay? So, because of that, and because cursive is still brand new to her, I had to go on Amazon and I just found a cursive book, okay? And this was like $4, so it's like a really good deal. So, traditional handwriting, beginning cursive. This, for a little while, she would do like a whole page of this to practice. Then she would go back to this one, and she would be able to do them a whole lot easier. Before I got this, she was having a really hard time, and she was struggling because there just isn't enough practice in this book. So, but she's actually hasn't. I think she's kind of starting to get the feel of how cursive is supposed to be, and so she's not really using this book much. And I'm not going to make her use it unless I feel like that she needs the extra help, I guess, practice. But yeah, so that's what she is learning cursive this year in 2nd grade. She does also, with that being said, I don't have it. She just has like a little spiral, and unless she's doing extra writing, like she does dictation in Logic of English, or if she does vocabulary with her science or whatever, if none of that happens, a lot of times I'll have her take the Bible, and she's started with Genesis chapter 1, and she just copies down a verse. I can't say every day, maybe twice a week, and that is her handwriting practice. Just for her print. Okay. videos like in. Okay. All right. So signing and Spanish. We have actually continued these this year. I do not follow this. I guess I really haven't followed this book other than for the numbers. What I have been doing is I wanted to concentrate. This thing just keeps coming out of focus. I don't really know what's going on. I wanted to concentrate on her to be I guess, conversational sign and Spanish. So we did start off with the numbers because that's super simple. So we did 1 through 20. We did 1 through 10 and then 11 through 20. And then we went to My Name Is, okay, and she spelled out her name. I taught her how to spell her name. And then we went to What Is Your Name? Okay, so that's what we're on now. I think tomorrow we'll probably move to Do You Want to Play? Okay, because I mean, she is in 2nd grade, more than likely. You know, whenever she meets someone that speaks another language, it will be on the playground or at McDonald's or, you know, something like that. So, to me, it's more important to be able to speak and to have a conversation with somebody than it is to be able to count to 100 or to, I don't know, be able to say, where's the bathroom, you know, where's your bathroom, or, you know, something like that. Even though that will come later. But she just needs to know how to talk to people right now. So that's what we're doing with that. And we're just kind of going slow, and I try to do, honestly, it depends on how much we practice. Sometimes it goes into like 2 weeks before we, you know, do another phrase. So, okay, now we'll go to character. We've been doing a child's book of character building. Actually starting today, and we've already done the first 2 lessons, but starting today, we decided to take the creative lesson, and there's 4 parts to it, and split it in 4 days. So there is creative in the Bible, creative at home, creative at school, and creative at play. And the same thing was for faith, and the same thing was for whatever was before that. Attentive. It's at home, at play, at school, and whatever the other one was. In the Bible. Okay? And then it just has like a little, like in the Bible, it tells a story out of the Bible where diligence really needed to play a part, or, you know, in what was going on. So this is really nice. So along with this, we also do the manners book that I showed you in the other video. We honestly just read a little bit of it, and we'll kind of discuss what was going on, depending on how much sometimes, or if we have a lot to do that day. I just try not to make school too long, because we both, you know, get done. So either we'll just read 1 page, or most of the time she'll read this page and this page, and then that way, you know, we'll flip the page and we know that we need to read this page, and I mean, you know, so, but this is a really nice book. It talks about different manners, like being a guest of somebody, table manners, fast food manners, making mealtimes pleasant, what happens if I burp, or you know, different things like that. So it's really good. And probably we're almost done with this, and we'll probably start it over, and then after we read it one more time, or even not, I'm probably going to get another manners book to kind of switch things up a little bit, but I'm still going to keep this in rotation. And then the poems. She's finished all the Mother Goose poems. We, for the most part, it's the same kind of like the Manor book. She just reads, you know, this page and this page, and then the next day. And we do poems probably 2 to 3 times a week. So she's done with this. Again, I'm going to keep it in rotation because I'd like for her to know the nursery rhymes. So she has, I don't know. I don't even know. I mean, why do you need nursery rhymes? I don't know. Anyway, but now we are on, it says the Random House Book of Poetry. And I don't know where I got this. Probably at a thrift store somewhere. It's falling apart. I'm probably going to tape it up and continue to use it, to be honest. But it is falling apart, like, bad. So, but the same thing. She just reads this page and this page, and then the next time she'll read it again. We do a loop schedule. So the days that we do science, we do not do geography. And we just kind of go through, and I'll show you that. I think it'd be easier to show you than to tell you about it. It's almost like our morning basket, but no, it might be considered a morning basket. I don't know. But it's just how we do our electives, is just try to like split them out within the 5 or 6 day week that we have. Because we do a lot of times school 6 days a week. Well, not really. I guess I should say we do a lot of times school on Saturday or even Sunday. Just depending on what's going on that week. We do not have a church home where we're at, and so there are several Sundays where we just sit at home. And it's really sad. But that's just where our life is right now. And but we do that to make up for the days that we are in town, or that we take off because somebody's not feeling well, or that we just need a break. So we do that to just kind of keep things rolling. So thank you so much for coming back, and I'm sorry the video is so long. I hope you stuck around. And don't forget to subscribe so you can see what that Logic of English is about, and anything else, homeschool or just living in an RV related period. That's what the channel is pretty much about. So thank you for coming, and subscribe and like, and if you don't like it, that's alright too. So we'll see you next time.